Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Now we are going to discuss about the trends of electron affinity in the periodic table. As we know that when we move down the group in the periodic table, let's have the example of group 1A, which contain hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Okay, as we move down the group, number of shells increases, and due to the increase in number of shells, the presence of inner electrons between the nucleus and the valence electron increases, and this presence of inner electron will cause a decrease in the attraction of nucleus towards the valence electron. So if the nucleus has less attraction towards valence electron, then the adding or the addition of one electron in the valence shell is easier as compared to the upper elements. Okay, so it is easier to add an electron in francium as compared to lithium, because in lithium there are only two shells and in francium there are seven shells. So in order to add the electron in second shell, we have to remove more energy, because second shell will have very less amount of energy. So electron has to remove most of its energy and then add up in the second shell. And in order to add up an electron in the seventh shell, we have to remove only less amount of energy. Why? Because seventh shell already has greater amount of energy. We have studied in Bohr's atomic model that each orbit has its own fixed energy, and the energy is increasing from first orbit to last orbit in ascending order. Okay, so we can say if we move top to bottom in a group, electron affinity decreases in group because of increase in shielding effect. Number of electrons in the inner subshells. Number of electrons between the valence shell and the nucleus is called the shielding effect. Okay, number of electrons in shells in between the nucleus and the electrons is called shielding effect. So due to increase in shielding effect, the electron affinity decreases. Okay, now let's talk about the ionization energy in a period. Let's take an example of second period: lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. As we move from left to right in a period, the number of shells remains constant. All the atoms will have two shells. Okay, but atomic number is increasing. So due to increase in atomic number, the number of protons in the nucleus increases, and due to increase in the number of protons, first what happens along the period? Number of protons increases. Okay, as number of protons increases, nuclear charge increases, because now the nucleus will become more powerful and nucleus will attract the incoming electron with more power. So more energy has to be removed by the electron. So we can say that along the period, due to increase in nuclear charge, electron affinity increases. Along the period, electron affinity increases due to increase in nuclear charge. And why the nuclear charge increases? Because of increase in atomic number. Okay, let's sum up the trends. In groups, electron affinity decreases due to increase in shielding effect. In periods, electron affinity increases due to increase in nuclear charge. Thank you so much. Inshallah, in next video, we will be discussing about the electronegativity. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.